Are we all silent?
Hi there.
Oh, hello.
This is Bob Merkel.
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am very well, thank you.
I think Randy's muted.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
are.
there you are.
Do those headphones work for you? See if you can hear. Can someone say hi to Alyson?
Hello, Alyson.
Hi, Alyson.
No. Okay, so Jack,
No?
what do we have to do? I plugged her into the actual that.
He needs one too.
No,
What do you?
And I can see you now, Bob. Hey.
Yeah, you're looking great.
Thank you. I'm wearing my VO Boss t-shirt.
Oh, we like that, Jody.
I'm
I
wearing
love this shirt.
This is coming off as very iridescent because it has lines in it, which they
Yeah.
say don't do for video, but I did.
Excellent. So,
Yes, VO BBQ. Nice. Very nice, Bev.
Oh, she doesn't have
so
speakers.
here we go.
Oh,
Gotta wear a VO
You won't
t-shirt,
need
right?
to hear
Yeah.
that.
Well, what I
Yeah.
love about this t-shirt is I have been
It's
looking
not-
for this color red
Oh, that's
of a
good.
shirt for so long.
That's right.
Let me see. Can I make this?
I didn't get the memo.
Hang on.
Oh,
Nice.
Check
well,
one.
next time.
You know
Okay.
what? I do have to wear
Hi,
these
Leland.
headphones.
Hey, Bev.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Randy. This is
Hello.
Bobby here.
Randy.
Hi, Bobby Sheldon. Your
And no
name is
face,
called
just
Hi,
a
Randy.
name.
Juliet Gray, Elisa Beckwith, Linda. Who's Linda? Leland Jory, Jody Kringle.
Jody
Hi.
Kringle. She's there.
How? Yeah, she was. Jody was. There she is.
Interesting.
And Bev standing. Hi, Bev. Bev standing is
Hi, Randy.
sitting.
Yeah.
So we're a little early on
No, Juliet's.
in our little.
Juliet. I know Juliet from.
Hey, Randy.
Hi, yes.
Bob Merkel. Can I do a quick sound check? I just want to make sure
Sure.
my audio is the right level, and everybody can give me their opinion too. So
Okay, great.
It sounds good to me.
Great, Bob.
You sound great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play some audio. Hang on a sec.
Okay.
Sundays on Bravo. The girls from Jersey are so
I know that voice.
Yeah.
How's the level?
I think
It's a
we
little
know
low.
that voice.
A little low.
A little low. Okay, hang on, because I'll be playing a video too.
There.
1 moment.
We could hear
Movie
it, but
night.
it was,
I
yeah.
have my laptop sitting right in the kitchen.
Did you say you couldn't hear it?
No, I could hear it. It's just like everyone said it was
I
low.
lost you.
All right, hold on. a
And
sec.
then this way we get to see when magic comes.
Your mic is really clear, Bob.
Yeah, I always struggle to get the. Here we
Figure
go.
out how to bring that in. So we just need to figure out how to plug in one more set of headphones.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Sundays on Bravo.
Oh, yeah.
Is that too high, too low?
What's
No.
hot?
It's a little loud, actually, but
Too loud. Okay, yep. I get that.
Maybe just down a hair.
yeah.
How about this?
Sometimes.
There you go.
You've been waiting long
Yeah.
enough.
The thing.
Okay, there you go. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Oh, you have the fat plug? Can we?
What do you need?
The fat
Oh,
plug.
that might be for microphone. That's
Ah.
for microphone.
Yes, it is. All right. So that's
all right.
fine. That sounded great, Bob.
Thank you.
Excellent.
It
So
sounded like
before-
you.
Yeah. Before we get started, I wanted to talk to everyone and welcome you and say thank you for joining us on a Wednesday evening, depending on where you are. It's either 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock on the late side. I don't think we've got Ted McAleer. He was daring to tune in from Spain.
Oh, he said it was 3 a.m., I think.
Oh,
We have a party with
Brutal.
Jack and Alyson. So, there's Nicole Britton. Worked with Nicole today. You're so freaking cool, Nicole. We had a great session. So I have Alyson Steele, who has been my, I think,
Hey, Alyson.
on a year that we're friends. So I'll try to leave this open in case.
Yes, I can hear.
Yeah, maybe, and I'll let you talk, and then if people want to ask questions,
Oh,
you
okay.
can chime in. So Alyson is a friend of mine, fellow voice actor. She has such a great story as to how she
Claire.
found her way to voiceover, and how she found her way from New York to Los Angeles. And I mean, when you have a degree in dramaturgy,
She remembered.
you know, I guess the quest is, what do you do with that? But the fact that you can look at a play and know everything about it, like that's really what it teaches you. It teaches you to
Kinda.
break things down
Yeah.
to the most.
Yeah. It's like being what an editor does for a film is what the dramaturg does for the stage. That's the easiest way I can describe it.
And have you actually done that since you've been in LA?
I have, because people give me their scripts, like TV and movie scripts.
Oh, I love that.
And then they'll be like, oh, can you, work? It's almost like being what do you call it?
I'm just trying to get the headphones.
I don't need to hear myself. A script,
good.
I'll tell you
like
if they work.
doctor.
Doctor.
Oh, they
Oh,
are?
you
Yeah.
can. You
Oh,
can use
okay.
a script doctor, sort of. So it's kind of neat. I can teach on a collegiate level, so therefore I know how to teach fairly well. So yeah, I went to the High School of Performing Arts, the original famed school in New York City. And now I'm showing my age. I was the last graduating class in 19. And then I went to Queens College. And then I went and got my MFA in dramaturgy at Stony Brook University, and then followed a guy out here. And 6 months later, we broke up, but I stayed and started to pursue voiceover, and literally would open like Music Connection magazine and call people like Joe Cipriano and go, hey,
Right.
how do I do this?
Wait, who else do I know in this room that did that?
Well, actually, I moved down here because I followed a girl, and that lasted almost a year. But then I thought, I kind of like California. So I just, lost the girl, but I kept California. And that
There
worked
you
out.
go.
That's
And
the
we
way to
kept
do
you.
it.
Yeah. And you remembered that too? You
Yeah.
have one of those memories, don't you?
Yeah, but it's
Makes me
iffy at
nervous.
best.
So 22 some odd years, whatever later. And then I would always be compared to her when I announced or something. So it would be Randy Thomas, sloppy seconds. That was me.
Yikes.
We've
No.
actually done jobs remotely together, but then they piece it together and she never knew.
But that's true, because I remember when I first met you, Alyson, you were afraid I didn't like you. Like, and I thought,
I was like, she hates me. Yes, and
Not
now
at
we're
all.
like sisters.
Hate's a strong word for her.
Yeah, not here, exactly.
so instead we have become good friends.
Yes.
Alyson is a coach as well as an artist, and I have invited her to be a part of VOMastery this year. And so we're talking about how all of the panels are going to go and what role she's going to play and where we're going to utilize her talents. So we're all excited about that.
I'm totally excited. I coach on referral, so and I don't really market myself, which probably is not a good thing, but I don't care.
So
because I
what
make
is
a
your
living as
website
voiceover.
if people want to check you out?
AlysonSteele.com, but spell it correctly, ALYSONSTEEL. And I've gotten some good working people who started voiceover and 3 months later quit their jobs and became full-time voice actors, and other people who are on the way towards that, and it's really neat.
So that's the point. That's
Yeah.
why the people that I like to bring around me are people that do this because we have to.
Yeah.
We love it. It's our passion. We're probably not good at much else. No, I'm just kidding. I want to do a million things, so I'm not going to limit myself. But truly, using your voice it's a calling. It's a gift. It's something that you want to do, and you hope to be able to make money with it.
Yeah.
So when we talk about that, we have to talk about one of the first things people need to do as you get coached, or if you're taking classes locally, or you're joining various VO groups and you're working with a particular coach or not, is to develop the demo, right? Because then your demo becomes your calling card. So it's got to be great. Do you have to spend thousands of dollars? If it's your first demo, I say no, but it doesn't look like we have any real first-time demo people here. Most people have a startup demo. But then what happens after you have your demo, before you can get an agent, you figure you've either got to join some sort of a P2P and start, going after the auditions that way, and auditioning every day, all the time, as much as you can within the matrix of how those work, so that you don't kind of destroy your credibility by auditioning for things you're never going to get. But so then you have to do that. And those are pretty much the ways that most people get voiceover work. Can we just turn the volume down?
Oh, you want to use yours?
And yeah. Oh, here, I'll trade with you. You can,
Okay.
I'll
You
take
want
mine
me to
back.
Yours.
So-
Here.
So in talking about what it is that we need to do as actors in order to get working, one of the things that I think everyone discovers at some point is, okay, I've got my demo. Now I've got to create an elaborate website. And a lot of people go through all their changes about what should it look like? What's my brand? What should be on the website? Should I have pictures? Should I not? And I have come to the conclusion that probably one of the most important things you can do with your demo is to put it in the VoiceZam player and put the player on your home page so that the buyers don't have to do anything else but hit play. And what I find so unique, so I'm sort of working our intro into bringing Bob Merkel into the show. And I would love for you to stick around and for you to have, if you have any questions, to speak up, because it seems to me you need to take your demo and then you've got to market yourself. So there's so many levels that voiceover people have to be really great at to work. For those of us that have agents, franchised agents, I would say we're very lucky. But I worked really hard to get into the union. I worked really hard to get the agents that I have and to stay in their favor and to create the work that I have done right, up until now and as I move forward, because I'm not slowing down at all. But I have found that your agents only take 10% of the pie. So you really should be spending 90% of your energy in getting the work.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you do that? Do you just wait for them to send you an audition, or you invest in the VoiceZam demo that Bob has put together and you utilize all of the features that it has to take you and your career to the next level? I see we've got Erik Sheppard in the room, and I'm so excited to talk to him because that's like the next step. So you get your demo, you put your demo up there. And the thing I love about the VoiceZam demo, even if you don't have a website, or one of the gentlemen that I'm coaching now, I think he was in the room earlier, his name is Doug Cameron. He's a jazz violinist, and his website is all about him and his music and everything he does, but now he wants to do voiceover. So I'm like, you need a different website. You can't just put a player on that one. So now with the VoiceZam demo, you don't even need a website. You can just send that link, and that link will take people to your demo. Now, Bob Merkel, I want you to come in because my first question is, if in fact people don't have a website and they just want to send out that ZAM link to take them into the player, is there a place on that page where if they want to book that person, that information is available?
Yeah, and thanks for having me tonight. It's so great to see everybody and so many friends out there. It's wonderful. Yes, let me share my screen. I guess the best way here is to demonstrate, right? So.
Ooh, are you going to get to show us this really cool video you have?
I am. Whenever you want,
so excited.
I'll roll it for you. Yeah, absolutely. And guess whose demo I'm working with tonight but Randy Thomas.
Okay.
And so let's say Randy Thomas sends out her demo. We'll send out her live announce. It's pretty easy. You go over here, you click this little link. Here's the live. But by the way, I realize I never show the back end of VoiceZam. I was showing you the player and that sort of thing. This is where you need your demos. And I'm not going to get into it too much. So here's her live announce demo. Here's all the clips or snippets or segments or whatever we call them. We call them reads in her demo. So she's been asked to send out her live announce. I'm going to click this link, and you can give it a tracking code. I'll skip that for now.
Okay.
You copy that into an email and send it out. And when the person clicks on that link, there's the live announce. How's the volume level? Is that okay?
It sounds good.
Okay. And now the person can listen to the first read.
Live from the
These are the actual clips or reads or segments or spots that are in Randy's demo. So that's how you send it out. Now when you connect, here's Randy's contact information.
Got
So
it.
the 3 phases of vetting is you want to hear the voice, you want to know that person, and now you want to connect with them. And that's how you get to connect and book them.
Love it. Would you be able to also add a phone number if you wanted to, or your agent's email if in fact that's where you wanted to send them?
Yes, a lot of people put their agent's website and email, and if you have an agent, I don't see them listed here. They would also be listed here. So if the buyer wants to work through an agent, all your agents would be listed there as well. This is all your social media.
So again, really a talent like my daughter, she doesn't have a website for her voiceover, but she would just need the ZAM link because it'll show how to reach out to her. We just had Carson Beck produce with Tim Friedlander producing my daughter's first professional demo. So yeah, so we're looking to make sure that she can also get work because she just wrote me today lamenting, Mom, I don't belong to, Voice 1, 2, 3. What will I do in trying to get auditions? Well, the right keywords in her demo could really help generate the Google results that she would need to at least get someone to tap into that demo. Would you agree, Bob?
Oh, I would absolutely agree. And the trend, I think, it started about 3.5 years ago, is the talent marketing is so important, self-marketing. And VoiceZam's like a hammer to a carpenter. You have to use it. You have to use the tools that's built into it. And if you just sit there and wait for work, it's not going to help you. It's a tool in your toolbox to use. The other thing I was going to show you is you can also see all Randy's other demos. So I clicked on more media. So if we want to go to her,
The Workday.
and all the other demos are in there as well. And then the other thing is when I'm clicking on those reads, Randy is getting feedback in her Zamtistics. And if she wants, I can demonstrate that because Randy, you've got some really interesting Zamtistics.
Really? We have not had this conversation at all. I'm really curious what that looks like.
Well, let me show you. I was just looking at them before.
Ask a question you don't know the answer to.
So the first thing is we give you a little trend line about how your hits are doing. We show you a map of where you've been hit, and you can scroll in and see all the points. So where in the world is Randy Thomas? There you go. And what I wanted to do is we show you, I don't want to take too much time, but you've got the date and time, the platform it was played on, the demo that was played, the read title, and this is interesting, the duration. So this person played 10 seconds of her Shark Tank read out of the 15. So they listened for about 68% of it. And that's okay, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to scroll down here, and where the heck was it? Do you have friends or family in Cincinnati?
No. I have friends. Well, I'm sure I have friends in family.
Somebody loves you because they stayed on your demo. The first thing they did is they came to your live announce, and then they didn't want to hear that. They jumped to your AC radio. We're going in time here from beginning to the end.
Interesting.
So they download your iHeart read at 3600, and then they just kept clicking through your AC. So you can see 6 seconds, 1 second, 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 12 seconds, 5 seconds. And this is typical. The producer will listen, or the listener will hear the first few seconds. They love your voice, but they just don't care for that delivery. So they do the next and the next and the next. But look what happens. It's an engaging experience. So from 11:36 until this is crazy. This is crazy, typical, but it usually is like this until 40:18. So they stayed about 5 minutes on your demo listening to all these different reads. So you get that feedback in Zamtistics, and I'm sure Jody's seen that, and a few other people who are out there who see their Zamtistics.
So interesting. So Alyson, ask your question.
I want to do this. How do you do it? I'm not a plant, I swear to God.
Well, it's very easy. You go to our membership page, and we're offering a Randy Thomas promo to get started. And I guess I can talk about it later or now, whatever you want.
I'm literally going to do it. So how do I do it?
So you go to VoiceZam, voicezam.com.
What, spell R-A-N-D-Y?
Yep, I just click that. So you click on our membership tab right here. Make sure that you're over 13. I'm guessing you might be. And then you type in Randy Thomas, you click add, and we're giving you a 30-day free trial, normally. And then also a a $40 credit right off the bat. So just by activating, you automatically get $40.
Because the things that you can buy aside from the player are the Zamtistics, which tells you what he showed us, like who went and listened to my demo, how much did they listen, what else did they listen, did they go back and listen twice. So when you're doing your mail out marketing to buyers, you're going to know which one of them actually went. What did they listen to? What did they listen to twice? And did they stop listening after the third cut? That would tell me I've got to reorganize my first 2 or 3 cuts to make people want to stay longer. So that's the one thing. But then the SVO, which is where you get to put your keywords next to each demo that you have that are going to drive up your Google results. Am I saying it right, Bob?
You're saying exactly right. I won't demonstrate that tonight. I can give you a hint of it if you'd like, but I'm also announcing that.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I want you to play your demo next. Your promo.
I'm sorry, I'm jumping over you, Randy. I'm also letting you know that we're coming up with something now that will utilize all the tags in your if anybody's been tagging but they're not signed up for SEO. We have a feature coming out, and it's at no cost. It's included in the base price. It's going to utilize those tags in a very cool way.
Right.
I think people will be excited about that because a lot of people have done tagging. Yeah, so here's your website. And Alyson, what you can do is set up little buttons like this. And so somebody comes and they immediately want to hear your radio country. They click on that.
Q98 gives you today's.
This is the player. Same thing.
Gotcha.
So there you go.
And then it automatically goes on my page. See, this should be.
No, then you need a
and then
WordPress or whatever.
Oh, okay. So your web designer ends up doing it for you, like putting it onto. Okay, cool.
Or a lot of talent do it themselves.
Awesome. I love it. I'm going on it tomorrow.
See how difficult was this?
Oh my God.
Excellent.
I'm not a plant, I swear.
Well, we'd love to have you. And people will tell you that we have a pretty good customer service level. So if you run into trouble,
oh, that's awesome.
And we're working toward the conversation we're going to have with Erik Sheppard in a few minutes, because this is all about how to take control over your career and deciding how you want to market yourself. And I truly believe with what Bob has created, there is no end to this whole thing that you've done. Like, you're only going to be able to get deeper and deeper into helping people take their demos where they need to go.
Absolutely. Let me make one point about that if I can. There's a myth out there that your demo has to be 1 minute. You've all heard it, right? I mean, that's drilled into our heads. And because the player is an issue with the traditional player right now, and I can demonstrate what that means. So this is your typical demo player, right? Whether it's SoundCloud or some MP3 file. You can have as many reads and as long of length of read as you want in the player, because what you're doing is you're putting the control back into the producer's hand of what they want to hear.
Right. And so if they get bored, they hit play on the next cut.
Right.
Exactly. I want to give you a quick demonstration. Here's Bill Ratner.
Bill
He's
Ratner, our favorite.
Big movie trailer guy, right? Watch how long this first read is.
In their world.
#truth.
Meet the princess.
I mean, let's say that's a 30-second spot. I think he actually has a 60-second down here. This demo is probably 8 minutes long. But look I'm a producer and I go, no, I don't like that.
Theirs was a story of hope.
No.
The following adult language and wine.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Now, I like that delivery by Bill. And look I can listen to the full 60-second spot and hear every nuance of his voice. That's why the 1 minute demo is dead. VoiceZam frees it up because you can, the producer has the ability to jump around.
Right.
And Bob, what about the ability to throw video in the player? I have some video spots in mind, which is great.
You can absolutely do that.
Look, he's got a video voiceover on the Coens.
Ever wonder
Did
why
the trailer, obviously. Yeah.
Bless me, Father.
There you go. So we link to YouTube and also Vimeo.
Yeah. You know,
it's very easy.
Bill never stops marketing himself, but in the finest way. Like that's a great looking page and it's brilliant. But what I did like is being able to install the buttons to the left of the player, whatever we want to call them, because if you only want the buyer to hit play, you don't want them to have to go into that more media button. You just want them right there. And then they go, oh no, I want to hear her commercial next. No, I'm going to hear her promo. So I think by being able to that's what I find is so interesting. The VoiceZam player doesn't look the same on any two websites I've gone to. It totally gets integrated into the look of your website. So to me, the way to go. Can you play your fun video unless you want to go into something more right now?
No, I can absolutely do that. Let's set it up. I guess my audio is okay. So this is the debut. This is the first time we're showing it publicly, and we hope you love it.
Since the beginning, there's been a necessary evil both voice actors and voice directors, producers had to go through to pay and get paid, and that's the 1-minute demo reel. Take 6-second clips, dub them together, and mail the tape to the studios. While the actor's waiting for a callback, the producer listens through and 10 seconds in hears something they don't like. They could just skip through and find a part they do like. In reality, the only thing they're skipping is that tape across a lake. A lot of times, that one demo is all people have. No real flexibility in physical media. But see, now we live in the age of consumer computers, smartphones, tablets, running water, unless you're in Wyoming. Why are we still using the same format? We got the tech to render 3. Take your reel to the next era with VoiceZam, the lightweight, quick-loading, easily embedded, and customizable demo reel app. VoiceZam spreads your clips out, which gives producers full access to the entire spots. Before, if they didn't like something, they'd click off the whole reel. Done with it. Now they can just click to a new spot for something else, giving any talent at any level a better opportunity for casting.
Get the new jorts at the Jorts Factory.
Oh, this is good.
Do you or a loved one believe the earth is flat?
All right, there it is. Now the producer can get to someone's engaging enough to explain burger flipping, go to the e-learning category. Push in a new series, click their in-show section. See how they are with ADR? The possibilities are endless, but only a few clicks away. Plus contact info and social media links for both you and your representation. Your voiceover business wrapped in one widget. VoiceZam, the pocket reel.
There you go.
Wow, Bob, that's awesome. Bravo. Good job.
Excellent. That was so cute. Really fun. I think that's going to go viral for you, Bob. Great.
I hope so.
job.
It was
And
fun doing it.
Who's the VO talent? Maybe
He's not a voice actor. He's a filmmaker in New Jersey.
And he's the guy that created the whole thing for you?
Created the whole thing. Yep. I did a
Brilliant.
little final editing, but yeah, he wrote it.
Great attitude.
He voiced it. That's his humor. He's a good guy. His name is
That's
Max
great.
Steele.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome.
You know, Bob, I just learned a lot about VoiceZam. I've had it for a year, and I just realized I have to go back and take full advantage of all these tools. I had no idea I could do all this stuff.
Oh, give me a call. We'll go through it. Who's talking, by the way?
Oh, that's me, Jack.
Jack Daniel.
Oh, sorry, Jack. Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah. So, Shovita, did she get in? What? Sorry. So, wow. Well, I think that where you're taking the VoiceZam player, from where it came, from when I first found you, Bob, it's the thing. It's the shit. Can we say that? I mean, it really is. It's the greatest thing out there for voice talent.
Well,
I see the benefits, and I'm so glad that you see the benefit of aligning with VOMastery and coming together to share this information with everyone.
Oh, absolutely. And you've got a heart for the VO industry, and I do too. You folks work so hard. You need to wear so many hats. I mean, if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Other than being our classy sponsor, we're good, you know. But again, we're going to keep sending you the real pros that need this more than anyone else.
Agreed.
But I can't believe how time flies when you're having fun. So does anyone have any questions for Bob? Because I would love to be jumping into our conversation with Erik Sheppard in a moment or two. So where do we see the chat? I'm missing the chat. Hang on.
I'll tell you what, if you want to get a hold of me, just write me at bob.merkel@voicezam.com. I'd love to hear from you.
Okay. Bob, don't you only get the benefits of the SEO if you use the SZO? I would believe that would be true, Jody.
That's correct.
Yeah, you have to buy into that. But again, as we're going to talk to Erik in a moment about these pay to plays and where else you can be investing your money, and everything's kind of wonky right now. I say invest in your player, invest in yourself. Don't worry about putting yourself up there with other artists. You just want to market your own demos, because I'm sure you're going to be able to, you know, find that little niche, find the people that are responding to your marketing. And that's what I'm recommending. And we're going to do more on this. In fact, the cool thing that we're doing at VOMastery is that we're going to allow Bob to do a masterclass with 10 people. It's a semi-private masterclass where we're doing all of our recording with master coaches at Media City Sound. We have the conference room, and Bob has the ability to really work with you one-on-one to show you how you can build out your business with this player. So that's the hope. Bob and the master class, and he will be a part of VOMastery. We're excited.
And so am I. Thank you.
Thank you.
For having me,
All
Tim.
right, turn it back over to me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, Bob.
Aw, he's the sweetest. So wait, he left.
I think you have to gain control of your.
No, I'm still here. I want to watch Erik, but I just wanted to go off video.
Okay, but
there it says
how do I do it?
viewing
Your
Bob, so
my
click
view
that,
options.
and then you go to original side. Oh no, not that.
Go click that green thing. Or does
This?
something happen?
No. So I
Exit
want to
full.
go to original. No, I want to go
Request
to
remote control. No.
exit full screen.
No.
Okay.
There you go. Well, at least
So
we're
wait,
kinda
maybe
back.
this? No. Now I'm still with Bob.
There you
There.
go. All right.
Thank you, Bob. You guys, you know I'm limited.
My apologies.
Don't
Sorry.
embarrass me, you guys. You know I am so
That's why we're here.
technologically limited. So a lot has been happening. Erik Sheppard, you and I have not really had a conversation in a very, very long time. I'm so excited that you've popped into our Zoom, and thank you for being a part of this while Bob showed his ZAM player.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. My wife uses it. I know a lot of folks that use it, and I didn't realize quite how robust it is. So that's great work.
There you go.
He's got to rebrand. I think you were giving him gold there. VoiceZam, it's the shit.
There you go.
You got to print some new business cards there, Bob.
It's a gift. What can I say? So Erik, I remembered seeing you like going nuts in one of your great blog videos, these rants that you do that make so much sense. And you keep everyone at the edge of their seat because you really don't pull any punches. You've established a business in New York where you have been doing this for some time. Our paths don't really cross, but yet there's a lot of respect for what you do, the way you handle your business, and how you tell the truth. So let's back up to what happened the day V.com bought out Voice Bank. Your feeling about that, and then what you did today that got everyone really excited.
Yeah, that was quite a day. I start pretty early in the morning, and how's my audio, by the way?
You're sounding great.
Good. So it was real early, and I guess some folks had kind of figured out what was going on before it was even announced, and were kind enough to share it with me. And I think pretty much every agent out there at some point was feeling a little queasy that day. Fortunately we were all kind of Voice Bank for better or for worse. Some folks that aren't crazy about it. It was used by pretty much everybody, from smaller agencies to larger agencies. I mean, these were all vetted professional agencies, but there's over 130 agents on there, or there were. And it was being used. Years ago, we would use it quite a lot. The stuff that was coming in from there was great. And then over time, it started kind of slow down. Really, we pretty much haven't been utilizing it much. But it's the same with almost everything else in the industry. The stuff that's coming in is just low rate stuff on the non-union end. And the union stuff is declining because the clients are going to non-union to take advantage of these, cut rate, prices that they're able to have. So agents are just turning stuff down. We're just going to know it's not. My talent are spoiled as hell. They don't want this junk, and we don't want to send it out. We don't want to bother. And you don't want to perpetuate the system and the cycle by taking this stuff and putting this crap out for a couple $100. So if this had happened a couple of years ago and all of a sudden that resource that was relied on by so many pretty much just ended, because in effect it did end for many of us, it would have been a huge blow. But like I said, fortunately we were able to kind of ease into it before it essentially imploded.
So you have an agency. I didn't realize that you are an agent and that you are casting jobs all the time.
Yeah.
The last thing I did before I came here was an audition for
with Erik.
So
tell me about that side of the business. How long have you been doing that, and how was that developed?
For about a decade now. I've been doing voiceover I had been for about 30 years. The past 10 years, we've been, working as an agency. I knew talent, I've been in the business forever. So, I got a lot of friends that are talent, and, we're all nuts in a way. So, you tend to start to hang out with each other a little bit. And then I had a lot of clients that were, asked me, hey, I like you, but do you know a female, or, you know any Spanish dudes or whatever?
Right.
And so it was just, I got this and I've got that, and let's, stick them together. And that's really, where the agency came from. It basically started with, telling my friends, hey, listen, let me rep you. All right, whatever. And then it blew up and became quite a thing.
So then you hang out a shingle. And the name of your agency is
Voice Talent Productions.
Voice Talent Productions. So the fact that you have productions, it's more than just an agency, right?
It started, it's the first iteration was kind of, it was this strange kind of commune of talent working together, and it did not work out well. But at that point, we were already known by that, so it's the name just kind of stuck.
Right.
It's a little confusing, but it is what it is.
And so you represent however many people as an agent, meaning that you only take a piece of whatever job is booked. Is that correct, or did they have to pay you to get on board?
No, we're an agent, so they, we don't get them a job, we don't get paid. That's how an actual agency, that's a real.
That's how it works.
Not saying that anybody else isn't, but yeah, that's how it works. So.
And would you go to Voice Bank to get some of your auditions? was that a part of it?
Yeah, that's the thing. We relied on them. We've been with Voice Bank for years and years and years. But then when it's very embarrassing. I forget the name of the entity that took them over. But when they, I'm getting old.
Yeah, me too. It's whoosh.
When they said, oh, nothing's going to change. Yeah, right. And they say, but you'll be sending your checks to them instead. It's like, hell, we will. Write them a check. You got to be crazy. So, that was that. We left, and many others left.
Right. So now today you put out a note, and apparently it must have taken a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails to take the agents that are working on behalf of mostly non-union talent across the country. Would we agree it's non-union talent for the most part?
The agents that are part of the VO Agent Alliance right now, this is, is really in its infancy. So it was kind of, again, agents that I was, friendly with. That's how I always started. I just bug my buddies. Not that we had been really close before. Agents don't really hang out. We don't talk. It's not like you kind of play your cards a little close, You always have, you're friends with them. No, we don't hang out at the water cooler, So it was a bit of an unprecedented thing for us to start talking, but it was, just kind of a core group. And then they knew some folks and they talked to folks. But again, we just launched now. So most of the agencies, there's a few, I think 2 or 3 that are with us now that are franchised, but the others are mostly non-union.
Do you have a list? Can you read a list of all the agents that are signed on that are a part of this alliance?
I don't, because I'm afraid if I leave from this page, I'll never get back and I'll never find it. If you go to VO Agent Alliance, we're listed. Again, you know, the website just listed. We have all, you know, all the members.
Right.
Just launched today, and we've had a ton of agents contact us today. So now we're in the, you know, process.
Franchised agents as well?
Yeah, you know.
Wow.
We're hoping, you know, our doors are open for everybody. We want every agent that's interested in fairness, that's interested in preserving the industry. You know, we're under attack from many different, this was something that we've been discussing for a while. This wasn't just something that was, you know, slapped together in response, although we seem to have been set up as, you know, that this is in response to the takeover or in response to pay-to-plays. Pay-to-plays are something that definitely concern us. And then I think they concern everybody. They concern all agents. They concern all talent. But we're concerned about plummeting rates. We're concerned about, you know, all these companies that worked union forever and now they're not. And now they're going non-union again, you know, to take advantage of these cutthroat rates. So there's a lot of things that we're interested in working on because nobody else is. We say if we all get together and we all kind of agree on things, so any agency that's concerned about these things and is willing to work in an ethical manner, if they're willing to say, you know what, I'm not going to send out these lowball things. I'm not sending out a thing, you know, for $100. And that's hard. A lot of agents don't want to do that. You know, hey, I'm not going to work with unethical people. I'm not going to perpetuate this system that is just ruining everything for all of us, union and non-union. And if they believe as we do, then of course we want them in the alliance. So I'm hoping in the next few weeks, our numbers are going to swell quite a bit.
You know, I find it curious that I haven't really heard any positions that the franchised agents are taking right now. So I'm sure they're looking at what their options are.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure, like I said, you know, we have a few. I'm sure they're talking to the union again. You know, there's a lot of folks that have contacted us, and you know, hopefully in the next few days they'll, you know, we'll get them on the website. It's just that it's been like, what the heck? Like, what happened? Holy cow! You know, millions of people contacting and asking questions, and so you know, right now we're just basically just trying to get back to everybody. You know, that's why I'm here. Just, you know, let people know what's going on.
You know, it's been said in the past, especially the 2000 strike by actors here in Los Angeles, well, across the country, but the strike of 2000 was the worst. And it was where actually that company in Canada was sort of birthed because they were the first people to jump into the fray and say, oh, your American actors aren't available. We've got Canadians. But, and that was essentially how I think that business started in 2000, right? In 2000. And then it's taken time for it to develop in different ways. But I always say that trying to get voice actors to do anything is like herding cats, you know? Yeah. So I don't know, are the agents that you're dealing with, I would think they're all pretty aligned and they do want to get into this alliance and then create what people like yourself and J. Michael Collins, a lot of people that are saying, no, don't fall for this, you know, raise the bar, always raise the bar, think more of your talent, don't you sell yourself too short. But in getting all of the agent alliance to agree on what those numbers are, what you say no to, or whatever, it sounds.
Well, you know, we all operate independently. There's no, you know, we're not down mingling our rosters or, you know, signing each other's checks or anything. You know, it's, again, you know, it's an alliance. So, you know, everybody's still, you know, making their own rules and you know, coming up with their own prices if it's a non-union or double scale or, you know, whatever, however we operate. The point is that we're making a pledge. You know, to operate ethically, to be, to have that top of mind. You know, it's interesting when you're talking about, you know, herding cats there, and it's a shame. And you know, I've said this before plenty of times. It's always so surprising to me, and it's so saddening to me how masochistic talent can be. You know, they just lay down so often, and I think it's because they're, as a talent, you're used to being a people pleaser. I mean, that's your job. Can you do that? Yeah, sure. Can you sound a little more purple, whatever? Yeah, sure. I mean, that's your, that's what you're supposed to be doing. That becomes ingrained into your personality and the way that you do business.
True.
But then when you have people that are just taking advantage of them to the nth degree,
right.
They go, okay.
Right. Well, listen, we have a lot of
so
self-loathing.
Exactly. So then the talent accept these lower rates. I mean, this is how horrible it's gotten. You have talent accepting lower and lower and lower and lower rates. And
Right.
so now the standard becomes lower and lower. And now the standard is so low that, like I said, people are leaving, they're not doing union jobs because they want to take advantage of these low rates. So it's this cycle that's just going right down to the damn basement. And then the agents are doing the same thing. They're seeing this stuff go down and down and they go, well, hey man, I guess it is what it is. And, and I feel it too sometimes. I go, listen, man, I got to put something out today. I turned down 16 friggin' things today because they, and then I put, listen guys, I'm sorry. I know this one sucks, but at least it's a few grand, it's not
right.
Let me find the least egregious thing that I can find. And, and there's other agents out there and they'll tell you they've been on, things like this before. And they say, hey, a lot of my talent, they would really be happy to have this, $100 opportunity or this $50
That's
opportunity.
the problem.
You don't deserve to be an agent, especially you don't deserve to be franchised. What's wrong with you?
Right. Well, and that's exactly the problem, because what I saw today when this was announced about the Agent Alliance is immediately people went on, how do I get to be with one of these agents? So immediately, all these agents have aligned, and then all of the people that are like, wow, I want to have an agent, and now they're all in one place. Let me see if I can figure out how to get in there, which as a talent, okay, that's your job, to figure out how to penetrate that wall that's already filled with talented people. But you can see that just in this group, we have such a wonderful variation of talent, and some people are just starting out and some people are pretty seasoned. So the question is, when these cheap jobs come out, and it's like you say, the talent, they just cave, because imagine you're a talent that's trying to work your way up, but the people that are above you, even if they only have non-union agents, they're still ahead of you. And they're like, well, but this is $100. I could buy my kids some shoes this week, like it's such a complicated, business that we have here, because so many people are working at so many different levels. But that doesn't mean you don't set the bar. And that's what you guys are doing, because when I heard about this takeover, this purchase, I thought, you know what? I'm afraid the non-union agents could be the first to go.
Well, that was definitely, again, I don't want to completely confuse the VO Agent Alliance and this takeover. I'm happy to talk about it, but again, that's not our it wasn't the reason, for the formation, but it is certainly something, that we're concerned about. The takeover was absolutely the opening salvo. That was the opening attack on agents, especially non-union agents. There's corporations out there, companies, again, it's slipping my mind, but they've been, vocal that they want complete union, non-union domination. They want a taste of everything that's out there, of every project. And so when companies, get bigger and bigger, and then they have more of a say, and then they start buying other companies, that kind of rhetoric becomes a reality. And you go, whoa, what the hell happened here? For years I tended to ignore people like that. I said, listen, whatever, you want to do a $50 job and you want to pay for it and whatever, do your little thing. But then they get so, you can't only swat that mosquito until they get huge, and you go, hey man, what's going on? So just the existence of any agent, of any talent agent, union or non-union, is a thorn in some people's sides. Do you see how I'm so sly, right? No one has any idea. Lawyers. So this was definitely, an attempt to say, hey, look, this is something, that you use. And so we're either going to take a piece of it, or maybe the end game is just to close it down. I don't know. But it was definitely a full frontal assault on all talent agents.
Yes. And you know what? For so long, non-union and union are really two worlds. When you watch Bob Bergen's, Ask the Pig, you see he comes from a very union perspective. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know what's going on in the non-union world, and he doesn't really want to, because that's just the world he lives in. He doesn't put on an event. I put on events, I coach, and I understand both sides here. But it seems like, just like with what's going on with the universe and the eclipse and just a lot of things, we're getting a lot of endings. There are new beginnings that are cropping up, but there's a lot of endings that are happening. And one of the interesting things about the eclipse, they said that things that had been hidden will now be revealed. And I really believe that, because whether you want to talk politics, which we don't here, or just our business alone, there are a lot of things that have been previously hidden that are now being totally disrupted, and we all have to figure out, where people stand. And so I thank you for doing the right thing. I do enjoy listening to I want to call them rants, because that's because, well, that's the way he does them. He sets them up like that. He knows he's going to get a lot of people talking about it. But I do feel that
I don't have a therapist, man. I got to get it out. I got to get the poison out.
That's it. That's exactly it. So let's be honest. They're rants. So, but I want to thank you for doing it. You are always raising the bar. You do it with honesty and integrity, and I have a lot of respect for that. And I'm really happy you decided to pop in and talk to us for a little bit.
Yeah, this is great. It's a great group. Thank you.
Thank you, Erik Sheppard. Well, we'll look forward to having you again. And your
God,
friend
I'm so glad I
Alyson
got to
Steele
see you.
says,
I love her. She's the best. She's always like first too. It's always like, boom, the audition's out. It's like, there's Alex. Boom.
Woo.
Quick. She gets the gold medal.
So would you say that's the key? Be the first to get it back?
If you have time to, you want to be.
I know my agents do that. A lot of times we'll get an audition.
They'll submit immediately.
Yeah, they're like ASAP. And
everybody loves to wait till the last minute. It's crazy. You go, listen, a lot of times this stuff is being submitted, as it comes in, or in, drips and
that's what it is.
I've gotten jobs that way, and that's why I'm so.
Because you were early, you got submitted, and the buyer was like, we just need, she's great, just take. Because listen, if they waited for 30 more, they might find a few more that are great. But if you're the first one that they go, oh, that's great, boom, done.
Yeah. Well, then, you give talent until Wednesday, and, Wednesday they're still coming in, and it's like, this in the can, man. Like we recorded yesterday. It's done. They found their talent. They liked it. Yeah. Say, Bob, you like this one? Yeah. Judy, you like this one? It's Miller time. Let's get out of here. So that, it's done.
Judy. Well, yeah, that's exactly what it is. So early bird gets the worm, Missy. And thank you for that. So a coach and a talent, she's telling you, you know what, do it. Jump on these auditions when they come in. Don't wait. Apparently I wait too much. I'm like, I'm really busy right now. I'll get to that in a little while. No, when I can, I jump right on. But whatever. That's why I didn't get it. I waited too long. Bummer. Okay. Well, again, thank you very much, Erik. We're going to have to go have a beer or something sometime.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That'd be lots of fun.
I would be interested in trying this beer you speak of. It sounds delicious.
Okay. Be refreshing. Yay. Thank you. Well,
Say
enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm sure he's got to jump back into a million emails. Thanks again.
Thanks again.
Bye.
So you guys, the chat is not open if anyone has any questions. Oh gosh, lots of chats. Okay.
Jody was doing a lot of postings, I noticed.
I see. It's hard to get more if you settle for less.
I want to say the bottom of the barrel, by the way, with all of this is Fiverr.
Oh.
Yeah,
so just
truly.
so you know, there are people on there. I've seen because I'll go on a lot of the times to just be in the groups and see in the know and see who's done.
Yeah.
But no. I know people making $20, $30 a week with Fiverr.
Well, wait a minute.
Well,
No.
who can argue then?
I'm reticent to say this, but there was somebody on a group last week that I saw that said they were making upwards of $1,000 to $2,000 a month.
Do you
that's
know what
because
they're doing?
Like $5, and then they'll up it to like 50.
Right.
Because
right.
nowadays $5 lets you like, but don't do it.
Right. Right. Well, you know, that's that hooker story that I love to tell.
Oh.
The hooker that made $105, and she said, so they asked, so who gave you $5? She's like, everyone. But you know, that's why, you know, if you're working in a $5 range, you need volume, baby.
Yeah, so
You
that is really the bottom of the
Yeah,
But I'm assuming cream does rise to the top.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I because when it first came out, 5, or even this whole thing, I want to say what you said. You said, you know, there's lots of things being pushed out and new doors opening, and
right.
I think that this will ultimately
when things end, new things begin.
Yeah, I think it'll be. I don't want to say it's a bad thing. I think it'll be ultimately a good thing, depending on how you view it.
Right. I agree. So we are pretty much wrapping up this week, but I want to tell you about VOMastery. First of all, I want to say hi to you, Eleanor Wall. So nice to always see you in the Zoom. Nicole Britton, so great to see you.
Too.
Bev, Adam Sharp, Robert.
I know you.
Robert Laborde. Do I know you, Robert? It's nice to see you. Can you unmute yourself and say hi?
Hey, Randy.
Hi, where are you from?
I'm in Oklahoma City.
Wow, so nice to have you.
I had dinner with you and Arnie years and years ago at a Paula Abdul concert.
Wow.
Oh my. Wow. You know what's so great about that? Arnie, one of our folks in the Zoom had dinner with you and I at a Paula Abdul concert years ago. Were you in radio and my husband was promoting
I was
Paula?
music director in Salt Lake City at KISN.
Music director, Salt Lake City. Okay. That is awesome, Robert. I love that story. So my husband and I see Podcast One, my t-shirt.
Yes.
We just signed with Podcast One. If you guys don't know what it is, it's the #1 podcast network on the planet. It has its own app.
Excuse me, special guest.
I know I have a special guest.
Mr. Rick.
Actually,
Rick Joyce.
if you guys will let Rick sit down, that would be so great. We can change out our seats.
Don't allow me to
interrupt. No. We love this. This is going to be so great, you guys. Hang in here.
What a special.
Thank you.
So wait, I was
This
just going to.
sounds so good.
Oh
Randy.
my!
Yeah.
Well, thank you. So this is Rick Joyce. Rick and I have known each other for, put the headphones on, we might have some questions. So Rick and I worked together last at Entertainment Tonight. He was executive producer up until in this last year, right?
Correct, April.
And so, but Rick came from, I feel like you've been the utility guy. You started in broadcasting in radio.
I did. I started in radio, and then
as a news director.
News director, as a jock playing New Kids on the Block record, and a whole bunch of other things. But then I added pictures.
There you go.
Into television. So, and it's been very good to me. I've been associated with Entertainment Tonight for 16 years.
Wow.
So I go to Entertainment Tonight, then I stay there 5 or 6 years, then I leave. And
It's
then
true.
I come
You've
back
been there
and
a
I
few
leave.
times.
Yeah, I've done it 3 times.
Yeah.
So,
that has to say something about you because, you know, when people come into a job and they leave, sometimes there's some really bad blood. You must be like really a nice guy. Like, okay, I guess it didn't work.
There is no place in this business for me. You know,
you don't burn bridges, let's say.
I love to have fun. And it's such a great group there at ET, and I've had fun spanning 16 years. And,
so all of our viewers are right here.
I had a chance. Oh, there we are. You know, radio. Like, there's a camera.
That's great. I know. Go figure.
But I've had a chance to hire you many times. And
recently, you have a new show you've been consulting.
I do for Tribune Broadcasting. We have a new morning product called Morning Dose, partnered with a web entity called dose.com. And it's hosted by Melissa Rycroft, who was from The Bachelor and Dancing with the Stars for 2 seasons.
What markets is that in right now?
That is on in Philadelphia, Dallas, Houston, Washington, D.C.,
Miami, Portland, and a handful of other markets. So
wow.
it's got a good footprint, and it's being really well received. I would have to say mainly because you start the show.
Oh, very nice. There you go.
See,
well,
now you know why she likes me.
and well, I love working for you, and I love the quality of the shows that we do. Like Entertainment Tonight was not shabby.
Oh no.
The Morning Dose, this looks like a great show. I hope it goes
if
national.
you're going to get up that early and go to work, you got to follow through and do it right. So,
but now, Rick, you actually had an interest in VOMastery.
Oh, I've loved it all my life because I have not only friends like you, but sure, I would always do the birthday reel, wherever I worked.
But listen to that voice.
There was a time.
Profundo.
There was a time. You remember when the movie channel was the movie channel?
Yeah.
I had a contract to do all the interstitial Hollywood reports there in, I want to say, 90 and 91. So that was my little venture into VO.
Got it.
But television bit me on the producing side, and I've always been fascinated by it, and I love the artistry of what you do because it really is voice acting. It's not just commercial radio announcing. Matter of fact, that I think we find it almost works against you in a lot of ways. You have to.
The longer I'm at a radio, the better a voiceover artist I am.
Yeah, because the words are not a rhythm; the words are being acted, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, in radio, the words are often a rhythm.
That's true.
But
the key is to do it with a rhythm, but make the words come alive.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, it has to be honest and true. But I find that what I naturally bring to things is some sort of a cadence, because when you do big live shows, our job is to move the show forward in as quick and timely way as possible. And so everything I read, I tend to have that sort of music and forward movement to it.
Well, with the onset of, digital taking over and, websites, no matter what technology comes into play, it's still all about storytelling.
True.
At the end of the day,
That's
if you, in those 10 seconds or 20 seconds, you can tell a story in an effective way and communicate an emotion, that's it.
Right.
Easier said than done, but
no, it's true. Julie
it's
Spira, jump in here, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Julie's all about the story, but talk to us. She's one of our VOMastery friends, attendees. She's coming back out this November. She's a mom. She's an amazing talent. Spent time in Japan, right? That's where
Singapore,
where she was doing voiceover work, and then moved back with her husband and family to Florida. She's like, I want to keep doing this thing called voiceover.
Sure.
And the girl's like a marketing genius now. She even has time to make videos for VOMastery to share her enthusiasm.
Nice to meet
Do you have any questions,
Nice
Jules?
No, I was just heartily agreeing with the fact that it really is all about storytelling. And I think for anyone who's new in the industry, people think it's just about the voice. They think it's just about having a nice voice. It's not. For me, having, a lot of times people who meet me are like, you do voiceover? Because it's not like my,
You mean you don't give them this voice?
I do, right. Hello. No, but it really is about conveying all these different emotions to move a story forward. And so, when you were just talking about that, I was like, that's it. That's the secret sauce. And it's really so much more about, acting and having those strengths and developing those strengths first before your voice.
Right.
No.
And so that's why we do VOMastery, because I think the best way that someone can really access their own talent is to come and expose yourself, not literally, but expose yourself to the best coaches in the business, like Mark Cashman, Mark Grau, Debbie Derryberry, David Kay, J. Michael Collins, Eliza Jane Schneider on accents, Kelly Doherty, Alyson Steele on commercials and promo, Joe Cipriano, Joyce Castellanos, Dave Walsh. We've got 2 top agents from LA coming, and Jeffrey Umberger says he's going to come. So we will have the Ask the Agent session and so much more. Robert Siglampalya is coming. Ask the Attorney. If you guys need a lawyer, and who doesn't at some point in their career, in really hammering out those agreements and knowing what to put or not put when people are trying to negotiate with you and whatnot. So Vince, can I, well, I don't know that I want to say,
okay.
Yeah, because sometimes we're a
put it
famous agent. And
not named Vince.
right, some other guy.
I'll wipe that out of my memory right now.
So anyway,
I'll show myself out.
that's, I just want to know, I just want you to know, because I feel like we've got masterclass people here. If you want to get in a masterclass, go to the website, sign up quickly, because those classes are going to go first. General session is on sale now. And just know, once this webinar ends tonight, we send you out a questionnaire. When you fill out the questionnaire, we send you a coupon so that you can save money on the price of the VOMastery event. So we look forward to talking to you again next week.
We have a question. Juliet wanted to ask a question.
Oh, sure, Juliet. You can have the last question of the night. My lovely Juliet, who came to see me, SAG-AFTRA gal, came to the Don LaFontaine voiceover lab, correct?
No, I wasn't there. I met you at J. Michael's brunch.
In Las Vegas, sorry.
No, at the Beverly, in Beverly Hills.
At J. Michael's, at the Four Seasons.
Yes. Yeah, we had
gave everyone champagne to leave with.
Yeah. We had a long chat. Yeah.
So, Juliet. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, I do want to sign up, but I was just curious when I went to the page. There are two prices, 2 something and 5 something. So
the master classes. So the way that this will work is it's $275 for general admission. 9 a.m. to almost 9 p.m. Breakfast, lunch, and then the after thing. We take care of everything as far as taking care of you feeding-wise, and the entire day of incredible learning. Beginning on Friday, there are master classes going on in a studio down the street. Yes, they do get that $50 discount. But the second price for master classes, you get 2 master classes and general admission. So you can take a Friday night master class and then leave during Saturday and walk over and take the master class, depending on who you're going to study with and when they're scheduled. So we're still working out the fine details of scheduling. So it would be, and the master classes consist of 10 people in a room with a master coach. So essentially it's almost like a semi-private session. It's limited. You get 1 hour and 50 minutes with them. And so you will have copy, you will get directed, you will be recorded on mic. So in theory, you could get, a piece of tape that you're going to be able to do something with from the various coaches, whoever you're reading with. So it's sort of like a scheduling thing that Shovita and I are trying to hone in on. But the sooner we get everyone signed up and we know who's going with whom, then we can move those classes around so that we don't.
So you'll have the list on Friday?
I don't know when we'll have the list. I can promise you, of all the names that I listed, you will be studying with 2 of them. So you can sign up and then request.
Later than Labor Day.
Okay. And then you can request the coaches you want.
Now, what if can you buy the master classes separately or not?
Oh, you could do that. And actually, Shovita said, yes, Friday. The list will be out.
Okay.
So that way you'll be really informed when you go in your choice. And we want to help you. So
cool.
I thank you guys. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Randy. This is great.
Thanks, Randy.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Bob Merkel. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bob Merkel was on all